Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must've got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level.
It is the best time of the week. It is ECAC Overwatch 2 Bellarmine versus Southern Arkansas. I am Sam Talks, joined here tonight with Acoustics and Acoustics. I mean, these two universities, they are ready to go at it, and we've got some like interesting information out of them as well.
Oh yeah, we got some great information, right? So both teams currently are 2-1, and on one team specifically, there's a top 500 player, Steve Nick, for let's see what team this is. This is for, I think, for Bellarmine, actually. Okay.
Yeah, it's looking like Bellarmine. So yeah, top 500, a top 500 player. Having that in your pocket for your team, that has to feel good. But you know, you're still 2-1, so that top 500 player wasn't quite able to carry hard enough, and at the very least, that one game.
Exactly. Listen, one game is, you don't know, maybe it's a team diff right there, or maybe he got outclassed, you know. Who knows? We can say. The gameplay has to speak for itself, though, and hopefully that's what we're going to see here today.
That's what I'm hoping for, and I'm right there with you, Acoustics. This is like, okay, so you may be top 500, right? But if you're not top 500 working with a team, then how is that going to help you? You still have the skills, you have the raw mechanical skills, but put that into a team setting. We've seen it time and time again in these competitive settings where, sure, someone may be a super high rank, but if they don't have that team coordination, then it kind of can be more of a detriment than a benefit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, the difference between just playing solo queue and playing with a team is a lot different. There's certain expectations you guys have for each other. Solo queue expectations, way different than when you have a complete 5-stack, right? There's different levels of trust, different levels of like, all right, am I willing to even take these risks because of the team, or do I just hold back? And that's what we're going to see right here in our first map, which is going to be
Ilios, it looks like. Is always a fun map to start off with, and it looks like our first sub map is going to be on the ruins as well. So long sight lines to benefit a Widowmaker, but of course, I mean, with Sojourn being in the meta, it's kind of like, okay, if we decide to go anything but Sojourn, we're throwing, right?
What do you mean? Oh, I love the Widow Pig, man. Sojourn, never heard of her, bro.
Yeah, who's so who?
Who?
So what?
I definitely haven't had 95% of my games with Sojourn in it. That's insane, dude.
It's never happened. What is interesting here, though, Acoustics, is the hash pick, though, for Southern Arkansas. So maybe they're actually looking for not quite the Widowmaker, but somewhere in between the Widowmaker and picking the Ashe, having that extra mobility.
Absolutely. Extra mobility. I like the utility of just the bob hole for great point control, especially in a sub-map like Ruins. But now let's get to the play-by-play right here.
Indeed so, and it looks like we have the Genji as well, looking to go in quick! And Sojourn! Genji pick is actually coming up big for 3 already in the pocket for this team! That is going to be an easy first point, Acoustics.
Oh my goodness! And just so you know, that is Steve Nick, the top 500 DPS on their team, showing why he's top 500. What a cleanup! Oh my god!
Dick Neve, not wasting any time getting going.
Brother, oh, that was absolutely amazing right there. Manages to get the fresh execute and just resets his Q the entire time, and from there it was lights out for the rest of that team fight for Bellarmine. So Southern Arkansas is going to have to try to make a comeback right here, maybe go for a better engage or something. But Steve taking that high ground, just looking clean the entire time around. He's going in again! Not again! I mean, please!
He's looking down below. Lionrix is trying to get out of there, but he's just putting so much pressure onto them. On the flip side, though, with all of your tank and most of your DPS gone, it's kind of like a tricky situation for you to be able to continue pushing forward from there. And for Zero, this is going to be difficult. They're going to try and hold on for as long as they can, get as much percentage on the board, and they're doing a fantastic job at that as well. Same here for Stigneve. Stay alive as long as you can. At the very least, into this next team fight, you are going to have the Dragon Blade.
Yeah, you're gonna have Dragon Blade. No other ults up though, so it's gonna be kind of risky for trying to go for a play just around that.
I wonder as well, because it was like you said, it's going to be risky for them too, but if Zero builds up to it relatively quickly, it could be good. Actually, okay, Stick, you're not wasting any time. They're going right back in there. Already gets one out. The Zero took him and now dashing on to third. That was a point that Southern Arkansas got for a second before it was flipped back over for Bellarmine.
Wow. Oh, and the arigato taunt right there at the end. Right now, Steve Nick showing the difference in DPS right now. That's like the second fight that he says, you know what, I got this team. Don't even worry about this. I got it. I'll handle it.
Just carrying it on your back. That's the power of Genji, right? That we get to see. And already another opportunity looking at the Reaper before getting away with only 52 HP. You do need to back out eventually. You are Genji, but you are not invincible. And we also have the Orisa on the field too on top of that. We're going to be thrown up into the air thanks to a Gravitic Flux, but a beat is going to nullify most of that damage, and pushing right on in is going to be the Orisa. Now they're using their own ult, just crashing, goes down inside of it, and the overclock has been popped from Al. It's still back and forth too, as we have the Moira ult blinding everyone, but it looks like for right now the numbers have evened out as Bellarmine is still on point. We are approaching towards the final as we get into overtime, but with that pick onto Ordinary Bird, this has become a lot more difficult for Southern Arkansas to be able to stay alive through this. You're gonna have to rely on the power of knots. Peep is out too. On top of that, has been eliminated, and so from here, no, just crashing. You tried to overclock, but instead you're gonna dash the face. Overtime ticks away, and Bellarmine takes the first round.
All right, and that was absolutely amazing right there from Bellarmine. I think honestly, Nick said, "Oh, okay, you guys are down me because of that one loss. Hold on, I'll show you guys a little something different." And that round one was absolutely clean. Great engages from Nick right there. Great cleans, and his team just being able to clean up afterwards was absolutely amazing for them. And it looks like Peep is going to make the switch over to Winston, hopefully as a way to kind of counteract that Genji, which I think you definitely need to focus and deal with that Genji. Because he's a problem.
Stigneve doing so much to help Bellarmine be able to secure these points time and time again. And on top of that, Acoustics, we got to talk about it because this is a Lucio BAP combination, so they don't have the benefit of, say, a nano boost from Ana that could really destroy Southern Arkansas. They're just doing this with a naked Dragon Blade.
Yeah, if this was Nano Blade, oh my god, I don't even want to think about it actually.
It would be deadly is what it would be. At the very least for Southern Arkansas, you are going to draw out the Immortality Field and taking out the tank along with that. Peep sees that as their opportunity to be able to jump in. That's exactly what they are going to be doing as Lionrix playing a careful game, wanting to engage in. And this is actually going much better for Southern Arkansas this time around on Lighthouse as they are going to be taking the point first.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Pete putting in great work right there in that situation, engaging, disrupting the line of sight right there for Steve. And look at that. Even Lionrix saying, don't worry, I got something for Steve too. I can move around. I'm Reaper. I'll find him.
And they're doing a pretty good job at this too. I mean, that is an early pick to be able to take onto Stick. A lot of damage has just been taken away for Bellarmine. You can see that Sun's Orisa is trying to back out as quickly as they can. However, on the flip side for Southern Arkansas, Peep has gone down themselves as out on the Reaper. They've given up the dreams of being a Sojourn. This is a good time and good opportunity for Bellarmine to be able to walk in on point and try and take it back. But Southern Arkansas is not going to give it up without a fight. And this is actually looking really good as Nuts is able to win the DPS or the healer duel against Rob the Mob, and because of that, now we're able to push in. The Coalescence is going to save us and give us a little bit more breathing room, and a Death Blossom to secure and hold.
Oh, okay. All right. Southern Arkansas is definitely making great adjustments right there. They're covering all of the common points that Steve likes to approach from. And look at that. The Reaper and the Winston just waiting up there. They're like, listen, Steve likes to move out of position from his team a lot. He knows he has a very high skill gap. And look at that. They practically read where he's going to be again. And is he going to get killed early? One more time. He's already at 89%. Why are you just going in? Oh, there's
He is just going in.
overshields.
That is beautiful. Being able to go in with Zero's beat gave them the sustainability to be able to stay alive. And on top of that, you have the rest of your team who is just swinging like it's nobody's business because we have Suns on the Reinhardt. Being able to push in on that gave them all of the opportunity. The only thing that has me concerned now is they did commit 3 ultimates to make that happen. And they still do have 2 high-value ultimates, Acoustics, and the Reaper ult and soon-to-be Reinhardt ult.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If they put those ults together correctly, you could easily just get a 5-man wipe on the team. Those are amazing value ults right there. Oh.
I mean, they really are.
Yeah.
But this engagement is going to determine a lot of what's going to happen here. Southern Arkansas, if they do manage to flip the point. Oh, yes! The Earth Shatter too. That is what we call a team kill.
Oh, and that was prime pickings on the enemy team right there. I respect it. Owl and Sons with the synergy, knowing what they want to go for. Just coming from up top and just finishing after the 4-man Earth Shadow. Amazing work right there.
Oh, it really is. And of course, we always have Sick Knee being able to deflect the fire strikes. Overclock from Just Crashing. There's going to be a lot on you to make it happen, but Stick is going to deny all of that. So that ultimate is now off the field. And Bellarmine, where it looked like they were having difficulties on, Ilios in the initial seconds of this round, has restabilized and shoved Southern Arkansas back into the spawn time and time again.
Yeah, absolutely. That first fight where they actually managed to get the win was amazing for them, but now they seem to be struggling to get any footing at all. And Lionbreak switching over to the Symmetra is interesting enough. Okay.
Yeah, the Symmetra, yeah, it seems kind of like an interesting choice. Okay, we'll go for it, we'll try it. But when you've already lost Ordinary Bird into the initial moments of team fight, and then with Peep following shortly afterwards, it's kind of just a moment where you're going to expend this photon barrier to try and be able to get in, but it's not going to be happening, as Bellarmine takes Ilios in a very convincing fashion.
The tackle at the end. Nice. Yeah, they managed to take that in spectacular fashion right there. And of course, Stickney with the play of the game. Let's see what it is.
Unexpected. This is literally the first seconds of the round, Acoustics.
Yeah, this was actually the first couple of seconds of the map. This is before the point was even unlocked. Oh my gosh.
Disgusting is what that is. Come on, Stick. Come on, at least make it halfway into the match, not the very first few seconds.
Bro, before the control point even comes up, before it's even unlocked, Steve says, you know what? Someone's out of position. And I take that personally.
Yeah, it was just I need to destroy real quick. I need to kill everybody. Yeah. And that's exactly what they did. But a really good first round coming out from Bellarmine, a really good first map. Rather, this was a show of force, though, Acoustics. They did not mess around. Like I said, a rocky start on Lighthouse, but immediately just brought it back into their favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it was amazing, right? So at the first fight, it seems like Lion Rick of Arkansas and Sons are doing great, right? They have the idea of how to stop, how to deal with Steve, and they win the first fight and engage. And now you worry like, okay, maybe they can turn it around. Maybe this is the going point from here on out. But then after the second and third one, it's just they seem to have gotten downloaded completely. Like, anytime anyone's out of position, Steve is just he's like, all right, interesting. And then even yeah.
Well, it's the power of the Genji. Even when things were starting to go sideways for Bellarmine, a couple of switches off the Sojourn onto the Reaper to be able to put pressure onto the Winston that was coming from Peep, and that allowed them the opportunity to be able to, okay, let's have that sustainability. Let's put that bully on the tank, prevent them from actually getting on top of us, and let Stick really do what they do best, and that's destroy everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And just total destruction right there. And even then, like Owl and Sun on the team carried their own. In that third engage, when they both had their ult ready and they just worked together and did a complete team wipe, like they showed even when Steve doesn't have the ability to finish the job, the rest of the team can just pick up the slack. Yeah, there's no slouching over here on Bellarmine, and that's what we like to see after that first game. So
I agree.
don't know. If they don't, if Arkansas does not make the proper adjustments into the next match, I don't know. This might. I don't want to say this is going to be a sweep because the last time I said someone was going to get swept, I had a reverse 3-0. So it does not look good. It does not look good.
It really does seem like, though, the top 500 is kind of working out for them. And two, on top of that, they also have, like, I think they have, like, one top 500 that was on console as well. So it's kind of like working with people who operate at a really high level of Overwatch and understand how the game is supposed to be played. And so, you know, like you said, as we go into the next match, it's going to have to be that adjustment from Southern Arkansas. We know now that there's a pressure point in the Genji. What can really go up against Genji that we've been having troubles with, or that can maybe give us a leg up here? We know that Winston was doing a really good job until they switched over to the Reinhardt Winston combination, or I'm sorry, the Reinhardt Reaper combination. So maybe we go Winston, maybe we switch over to Brigitte, maybe see if something is possible there. A lot of different opportunities, but we do go on to our next map of Paraíso.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I think they also tried out maybe some DPS counters again. I did see the Symmetra. I do think Ilios is not one of her worst maps. I think there's specific maps where she does well. That may have been like one of their few choices. But against them this time, I'm not sure what exactly they're going to do. All right. And it looks like Bellarmine is on attack first. Oh, they're pulling out the Nano Blade this time? No. Oh, that's a
that's going to be painful. Bellarmine is not messing around anymore, Acoustics. They are whipping out the Nano Blade. And two, on top of that, they're also using Zarya, kind of the meta tank right now. Does a lot of damage. And so in this initial attack phase for Bellarmine, Southern Arkansas, I think, is going to have a difficult time to attack them, especially with that Winston.
Absolutely. If anything, so Winston is actually one of the few good picks.
No way.
In Zarya. He's one of the few good picks in the Zarya. And Owl going Widowmaker. Interesting. Okay.
Quick switch off back to Hanzo, though. So it looked like it was just a quick shot. See maybe if they might be able to get lucky and get ahead there. The Junkrat, okay, well, Lion was alive, but wasn't anymore.
There was a Junkrat? Where?
Yeah, kind of got deleted a little bit, and Stick is on a tear. And thankfully, too, you also have on top of that Suns destroying and wrecking through everybody. Bellarmine is already on point and getting, with no contestation, is going to get this payload moving very, very soon.
Yeah, so Suns is actually the other top 500 player that was on console. So their tank and their DPS have both been top 500 in their respective platforms, which is honestly, I think, kind of showing right here, especially in Sun's positioning. He's all right. We're gonna play a meta tank now, and then we'll show you guys.
Yeah, we'll show you guys how it's done. Why not?
I mean, listen, there's no reason to.
Ooh.
It's no May November right now, so you gotta make do with what you have.
Ain't that the truth? A quick pick onto Stick, however, is going to give Southern Arkansas the opportunity to, at the very least, be able to push off Bellarmine for a second here. But once Stick gets back onto the field, now you have that spawn advantage given to you, so you want to look for another pick. Lions trying their best to make that happen, but it's just a little bit too difficult. And Stick back on the field, already gets a kill onto Peep, and now it's just back and forth as they're tearing through the back line. Oh, you can only do so much just crashing before Stick is gonna put you in the ground.
Oh, wait, hold on. The DPS Moira comes out and she's gone. She's gone. Bye-bye.
DPS Moira.
Yeah,
You gotta try. Hey, you gotta try, right? 3 ultimates for Bellarmine going into this next team fight, though. And in a very deadly combination at that, especially with the Graviton Surge and the Dragons. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go ahead and expend that. There we go already, but the Immortality Field for just a split second kept them alive, but not alive long enough as that goes down. And already, with no time being wasted whatsoever, Bellarmine has already taken the payload to point B.
And so this is the beauty, right? So they use Graviton and Dragon, perfect ult combination, and still manages to keep Steve's ult ready. So now Steve will have the Nano Blade ready for the next fight.
And two, on top of that, you can go in with the beat as well, so you have the beat to keep you safe while you are slicing everyone for Southern Arkansas. And Peep has also switched over to the Zarya to try and win the Zarya v Zarya matchup. But how successful is this going to be when Stick is already ready to go into your battle and get double kills like that? Looking for a triple, not quite able to make it happen, but they're up in the air, 21 HP. Down they go, but they've already done enough. They've done their job, Acoustics.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely done their job. And Lionrix with the solo tire onto the Lucio. A nice little revenge kill, saying, nah, all right, get out of here.
Okay, Owl's no slouch, by the way, either. They've been getting, they just get a double kill right there. They're already looking towards their next one. Being able to solidify kills as Hanzo has not been easy in this meta, but to be able to do that has been working out really well for them. Lion making a quick switch over onto the Pharah, but with Stick. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm not sure if you know about Shannon Sharp from sports, but he always has an announcer named Skip. So right now, this would be the time where you just say, Stick! Let me tell you something, Stick! and right now, Stick is absolutely playing on for his team. Sun's great work with the Zarya. I will just clean up whoever's just not moving around enough. You got to watch out for those line of sights. Even though Hanzo definitely has been struggling in his current meta, still has high damage. One of those snipers with a great ability to reposition thanks to wall climb and the double dash, and his recon ability is no slouch too, for especially when you just want to hold a point, right? You want to just keep someone from entering a certain line of sight. Sonic Arrow will have them scared for their life. He's like, oh, he saw me? I guess we're going a different way, folks. Oh, and what is this switch? Okay.
So it looks like Southern Arkansas is wanting to go over onto the Sombra, maybe in an attempt to try and hack out Stick and get that little bit of extra damage boost on top of that, with Just Crashin' switching over onto the Reaper this go around as well. But for Bellarmine, completely just abandoning the Zarya for the Reinhardt.
You know what? I do like the idea of abandoning the Zarya here, just because I think holding defensively is a little bit better as Reinhardt than it is as Zarya. Your ability just to like prevent someone from getting damage. And I will actually switching over to the Cassidy right there too. Okay. Oh, it's hacking time. We're waiting.
It's hacking time, but in the time that you're trying to hack a target, Stick is already taken out Just Crashing. And so now you're caught out in this backline. The translocator not good enough to be able to save your life there, Lion. And Owl's, that magnetic grenade from Cassidy is doing all of the work, and Suns. Sweet baby Jesus, Suns.
Oh, I think you may know this looking like Louisiana hot finish right here, brother. This is... Oh yeah, they can't handle the heat. I'm sorry, this is not looking good at all. I think the switch over to Sombra, I smelled like desperation right? Maybe they don't use her often, but I don't think she was going to do well right there. And there it is, the Reinhardt. That's the beauty of it, being able to hold that top space like that. Oh.
Yeah, I think yeah, you're right with Lion switching off of the Sombra because they went over onto the Ashe. And now, with Bellarmine's Suns down, Southern Arkansas is looking for the opportunity to be able to continue to push forward. But when you have Stick, who's causing so much chaos in your back line, it becomes a lot more of a daunting prospect to be able to even set foot. And you can see, no tank. But Bellarmine is still holding. Now Owl does have their dead eye, and so if things start getting dicey, they can use that. And in fact, they are going to be doing that right here, looking for a good opportunity. The only person they were able to catch out in that is Ordinary Bird before being taken down by Lion. But this is going to be good enough, I think, for Suns to be able to get back onto point, and that's exactly what we're going to be seeing as Peep goes down, and Stick just casually cleaning up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we didn't really need our tank there. Thanks, guys. You guys did the work. And honestly, that wasn't even just taking that fight. The beauty of Owl managing to get all those picks with Cassidy doing great work. Cassidy's one of those characters that, honestly, his rework with going from a flash grenade to a sticky one, I think it kind of worked out in a better way. I think it did.
I can tell you it's a really annoying ability.
Trust me, I know.
When you try to go up against it. All right, Stick, what do you got for us with this nano blade?
God.
Both of the supports are now down for Southern Arkansas, and they're looking towards Peep. Peep, at the very last second, manages to take them down, but Suns, of course, to secure it.
And again, so this is, I think, is also...
wow, okay, Suns. Okay, whatever.
What
All
a
right,
fire
Sons.
strike.
You showing off, Sons.
Sons with the fire strike actually get it out. Oh my goodness. And so this is like the beauty, I think, of Sun's pick into Zarya. Because honestly, what people don't know, some people still don't know, don't hit the bubble wall something. You know, sometimes, oh, the shadow strike. Oh,
there it is. There it is. You just hit the Earth Shatter and everybody's dead. Now with under a minute to go, Southern Arkansas is starting to run out of opportunities, but they have 3 big ultimates, Acoustics, that might be able to secure this payload for them.
All right. I'm be honest. They have Bob, they have Beat, and they do have the Graviton. Potentially they could capture this point, but it's gonna require very good work off of this ult. Maybe even just an early pick on Stick or even Owl right here. Oh, okay. Bob, do something, but Stick managing to kill Ash.
So Stick kills Ash. At the very least, Bob comes out, but in doing so, Rob still has their beat. Stick was not caught inside of that Graviton Surge. I don't think so, and if they were, they weren't caught inside of it for very long. So the 3 ultimates that Southern Arkansas needed to win did not help them in the slightest. Bellarmine is operating at peak efficiency, now going up 2-0 here on Para ESO into match point.
Play of the game.
Oh, and there's Stick with play of the game again. All right, this was on the first push right here. Yeah, he catches all 3 with the slice. There's that secondary click, managing to get that spread damage. Oh yeah, and they managed to
It's just melee.
He's just melee. He's just melee. He brought a knife to a gunfight and won. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either. It's just the oppressive nature of what Bellarmine is doing to Southern Arkansas right now. Because you want to try and push in onto the point, but when you do so, I mean, you got a Genji in your backline completely shutting down any opportunities for you to be able to make that happen. And sometimes Genjis can be like a fly, right, Acoustics? But I mean, with the way that this is working right now, he's like a Hornet armed with a rocket launcher.
This is definitely a very busy B in the back line. Steve is just managing to consistently get in there. He's hitting the headshots off the primary fire, hitting the spread shots on the secondary fire. And honestly, he sees the knee-jerk reaction where people immediately want to shoot at Genji right after he gets in. And you have to be careful with that. Reflect is always an option. And most of the time, if Genji dashes in, he's just saving Reflect, using it at the last second when he can, and waiting for Dash to come back up so he can either get a kill, reset, or just get back out. And right now, it just seems Arkansas just doesn't know how to deal with that right there. In their own TPS, they've attempted to try to like target Bellarmine's backline, but it's just not working out for them. The Sombra pick didn't seem to work out. So they've done this more. Like going for long range picks, and honestly, still just isn't working out for them. I just don't think they're putting enough damage on the board, and it might just be skill cap. It might just be, man.
It could be something as simple as that. I also want to highlight Suns, the tank for Bellarmine as well. Suns played a really mean Zarya the very first round. Really good ultimate combination, especially with Owl on the Hanzo, being able to secure a lot of kills that way. And we know the raw power of Zarya at this moment before she's about to get nerfed. She's still really powerful. She hasn't been hit with it yet. But also a really good Reinhardt.
Yes, Suns was playing a spectacular Reinhardt. Defensively on Parisi, I actually like Winston and Reinhardt more than I like the Zarya pick, just simply due to the fact that when you have barriers, you can hold positions way easier, right? Zarya is kind of like you're hoping they'll keep hitting you when you have bubble up, which people keep doing. Like they can't help themselves. But when you have Reinhardt, it's just stand behind my shields and see if they can get me out. Oh, he's more room to learn. Oh no.
It's true though. That's what makes these leagues so exciting, right? Acoustics, there's always the opportunity to learn, always the opportunity to be able to go back and see how can we get better? How can we improve against what is an opponent that is difficult to fight against?
Oh, and look, you know what? Shout out to both of the teams because this is great sportsmanship right here, right? Hello. Offering the idea to like just VOD review and talk through the game and seeing where they can improve at. Clap up for both of those teams when you get a chance. Like that's great stuff right there.
Indeed so. Bellarmine, however, on Route 66. Q6 is on match point.
Ooh.
This is a juicy moment for them, and they've been unstoppable so far. This is Southern Arkansas's chance, though, to be able to turn things back around.
Yeah, there's definitely their chance to turn it back around. But right now, Steve Nick actually switching off of the Genji, going Ash. Interesting. Ash, Hanzo, and Reinhardt. You know what? This is a great comp for Reinhardt. Just because like you can manage to push behind the barrier and be safe. Trying to go for the back line right now with just crashes. And nice hack onto Suns.
That is going to be huge. That's an opportunity for days. And for Southern Arkansas to not have to worry about the Genji in their backline is going to, at the very least, be able to allow them to push up and breathe for a second here. You got to be careful, though, because Stick is damage boosted by their Mercy. And Zero's giving them a lot of opportunities to be able to do things like that and shoot Ordinary Bird. It's kind of like Kovacs for them as they're dip, diving, and shooting everybody. A Dynamite is going to force Lion off the top of the gas station, and Al to quit a quick headshot, secure the kill onto Nuts. They're looking back around to Sombra, who's not paying attention. Not quite able to hit the headshots here, but Southern Arkansas still looking real good, still looking real clean.
Yeah, absolutely. Southern Arkansas said, listen, we're not going down without a fight. We're gonna hack. Oh my gosh! And Owl with the point blank headshot onto Lion Ricks. Gonna be able to take the kill right there. And Southern Arkansas might be able to hit this first checkpoint right here. Oh, Sun's going in for the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt fight.
Okay, all right, Suns, you just went straight up into the back line. You may sacrifice yourself in order to make this happen, but with Knots going down, that's a good opportunity and a lot of healing. Actually, okay, all of the healing has been taken off the board, and because you now have Bob on the field, that's kind of another tank that comes back around. Stick does go down, but you can see the power of what Bob is able to do. Peep is on the back foot, trying to get away as quick as they can, but with no healers, it is only a matter of time, and their time has just been clocked.
Oh my goodness. And right now, she's saying, yeah, I got the DPSs just in case, you know what I'm saying? It's only right on Route 66 that someone pulls out of Ash. I always love it when that happens. It just feels right, you know?
Right, it feels good. Southern Arkansas got really close, 76.03 meters. Bellarmine is holding, but that was a really good attempt from them, and I think another good opportunity for them, especially, say, Death Blossom EMP combo, might be able to get them all the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That Blossom EMP, especially if you catch at least three or two people on the ground when they can't get up after using their abilities, this could be great. But Suns also has the availability to have that Shadow Strike.
This is going to delay that EMP Death Blossom combo we were talking about with the death of Lion. Now Suns is going to regroup back onto the top of the gas station. Bellarmine is in a fortress right now, you can say. Oh, Suns!
Oh,
how are you landing fire strikes against that onto just crashing? The Sombra!
Hey, listen, that boy is torching shots right there. Full three-pointers he is just tossing. I respect the name Suns now. I see it.
I respect it too. All right, here's the opportunity though. Goosix. 4 ultimates online for Southern Arkansas with the 5th one about to happen. This is the moment, okay. We got to make sure we hit this. We got to get a big EMP here. We got to get a big Death Blossom.
Oh, absolutely. So that Sun's retreating back, saying, I was just messing with you guys. It's a prank. I'll walk away now. Oh, look, another slow fest.
There it is. At the very least, we're able to get one. But now with the Bob out onto the field, this might be good enough for Bellarmine to be able to hold on. But no.
Both the healers.
Suns! No way! You just went right up into the back line and hit the fatty shatty from behind. We were trying to do the same thing, but Suns was ready for it. And with that, I don't think anyone is going to be able to have the opportunity from Southern Arkansas to be able to touch with less than 10 seconds on the clock. 2 on top of that. Al is going to make sure that's not going to happen. And I think here we have it.
Yep, there it is. Oh, but we're running to the point, but it's not fast enough. And just like that, Bellarmine is going to hold them off from even the first checkpoint. Oh my goodness.
Now Bellarmine Q6 has their win condition. All they have to do is take that little cart, 76.03 meters. So not too far. It's I mean, it was a good hold. I got to give Southern Arkansas props, though. It looked like everything was being set up so well there, but it was just Suns.
Yeah.
The very last second with that Earth Shatter saved the day.
Sun saved the day in like multiple ways on those ults because even after he got hacked, he positioned himself in front of his team just to body block. And then once he was able to barrier back up again, he was able to block the most of that Death Blossom, which manages to only kill one person. And then Sun says, "All right, I have my ult ready. Hold on, where's the healers at?" Hits him with it deep from downtown Earthstrike from the roof, and manages to kill both the Baptiste and the Moira right beforehand, and that was just too good. That was just too good. Yeah.
It was a lot of pain involved. Now we're seeing Stick showing us the full breadth of their skill. Yeah, we got the pharmacy out on the field. So we've been seeing Genji from them, we saw Ashe, and now we're seeing Afara.
Oh no, this pharmacy is definitely just a malpractice. I don't like this. Please no.
Oh, Al, let's see. Okay! That's beautiful. And they're gonna continue it. This is actually kind of nice though. Pete with a fire strike to be able to catch out Stick, and thanks to Lion on the Cassidy was able to set themselves up for a lot of damage there. But now we have a damage boosted Widowmaker who can do a lot of damage. The Stick, but thankfully oh my gosh, Al, are you kidding me? You jump up in the air and you actually land the shot on the Lion.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is insane.
Al would just show. Oh my god.
That's another one.
Oh, I would say, hold on. I want some highlights too, guys. Hold on.
Yeah. Stick can have all of the credit. I gotta put my name on there too.
He's like, hey, there's 2 DPS on this team, guys. 2.
So we have one more opportunity for Bellarmine to be able to get back on point.
He knows the float trick too. Okay. All right. Delay a little bit there. Oh, is Bellarmine even going to be able to put up a resistance right there? Suns versus Pete. Now no Imano.
Oh, no one touched.
No one touched.
No one touched. So Bellarmine was able to take the payload to where it needed to go. The Golden Gates of victory for not only this map, but this series. Bellarmine 3-0 against Southern Arkansas.
Oh, look at Suns. Yep. And that was the backline double support shatter strike. That was just too good.
That's what we call juicy. I did like the attempt from Peep, however, because you can see that they were looking away in an attempt to maybe catch someone off guard with that Earth Shatter. And they did manage to catch a couple inside of it, but weren't able to follow up. And so it was a good Earth Shatter in theory.
Yeah, in theory, like if you know you're gonna die and you need to like buy as much time as you can for your team, you do whatever you can. Like if it requires you to waste all ult, if it's gonna potentially just win you guys the game in the end, you do it. But in that sense, it was already too rough by then. Caught both of your supports lacking, and they were done. You just hate to see it. You hate to see it. But right there, Sun's showing. Listen, I'm doesn't matter if we're on PC, console. I'm top 500 regardless.
Yeah, I'm gonna transfer those skills and start Earth Shattering everybody's dreams away. However, everyone, we're going to throw to a quick break as we try to get set up for an interview, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 Classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Bellarmine University's Al, who we saw playing on the DPS, Reaper, when we saw a really, really mean Widowmaker, especially on Route 66. Al, how are you doing? How's the team feeling after that win?
We're doing pretty good. I think it was a really big hype win, getting into playoffs and qualifying for the win. So all our players are super happy to kind of get that behind us, and we can look forward to our upcoming matches.
I have to ask. So you talked about how 2 of your players are in the top 500, and then the rest of your team sits around plat and diamond. Do you think the discrepancy between like the skill level of everyone else and those 2 players kind of affects the team's balance or the play style? And do you think you guys will have to adjust anything going forward, or you just guys going to just naturally start flowing better?
Well, I know a big factor in it is kind of personal relationships with the one another's, rather than, if we were out of state and we didn't know each other in real life, it'd be a bit different. But with us knowing each other, going to the same college, we kind of had the flow of the gameplay with it just kind of being like cohesive unit, making comms, making plays. It's definitely hard. We can't practice with the top 500s because we can't just queue with them in the ranked matches. So we kind of have to find workarounds, get on different accounts, play together and stuff like that. So there's a couple hurdles, but overall morale kind of keeps flowing because we're all here just to play the same game.
Oh, I like that a lot, actually. That's a really... Yeah, good way to be able to try and bridge the gap there. And so what are some of the things that you want to improve on together as a team, especially as you start going later on in the series?
Yeah, so this is our first season as a group.
Oh.
We have freshmen on the squad. We're getting people in. I started the program myself not a year ago. This is our first Overwatch season, so we're really getting off the ground, and we've been very blessed to have the players that we do and the commitment that we do. So I think the biggest thing for us moving forward is growing the program as a whole and kind of having Overwatch lead the charge in that aspect.
Nice.
And maybe get us some titles, the glory.
Okay. Looking for that year 2. Okay, I like it. They're looking for a year 2 title. I like that. Well, speaking of year 2 titles, what do you guys think of like your chances to actually win the championship? You guys only have 1 loss so far, so you guys are actually 3-1 in the standing for the league. Do you guys think that loss was kind of heavy for you guys, and now you guys are kind of bouncing back from that, or you think you maybe even able to overcome that team that you guys lost to earlier in the season?
Yeah, the team that we lost to had some really solid top 500s, and their subs came in and they were top 500. So it was definitely kind of like a slap in the face to us because we haven't experienced anything at that level. And not even a day after, we kind of had a meeting and we're like, hey guys, we need to step this up and we have to kind of shift our focus. So instead of just playing the comp that every player solo queue is used to, we're like, okay, we're going to grind, we're going to set up scrims so we can get some more talent in here and try and face off against the harder teams to prep in the future.
I love that. I love the forward-thinking nature of the team and being able to rally together after going up against a tough opponent like that, and to be able to plant your feet down and to continue to keep going. But Al, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. This is Al from Bellarmine University. Congratulations once again on your win.
Thank you very much.
And that is going to be it from us for tonight here at ECAC. Thank you all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. I had an absolute blast. I don't know about you, Acoustics.
Amazing time. Sam, you're the GOAT, bro. You're the GOAT.
Yeah, I can right back at you, dude. Right back at you. But everyone, make sure you follow the channel. We have some more exciting content down the road that's not just limited to Overwatch 2. It goes across breadth of a wide variety of different games. So make sure you are following the channel, and we will see all of you next week. Goodbye.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must've got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to ECAC Rocket League. This is week number 6. In tonight's matchup, we have number 23, SUNY Poly, taking on number 39, Wake Forest, coming into this record being 2-3. Wake Forest, SUNY Poly being 4-1. My name is Whoopshoe. Joining alongside of me tonight is going to be my good friend Flater. And this is my pleasure, Flater, because I believe this is our first time actually casting together, but we've known each other for quite some time now.
Absolutely. 6 months of knowing each other, and now we finally get the opportunity to cast some Carball together. It's going to be pretty exciting. I believe we have this amazing best of 7 series ahead of us. Would you like to make any predictions heading into this one?
Predictions-wise, I think Wake Forest is one of those teams where we have to kind of keep our eyes on. I think they can pull off an upset here. They're a very, very solid team. I've had the pleasure of casting them, I think, 3 times thus far here on the ECAC. So, I mean, they're just one of these teams that are just bound to bounce back, in my personal opinion.
Right, so it's gonna be fun, exciting. I believe if you're going for SUNY Poly, might as well just say, go in the right opposite direction. Wake Forest, it is for me.
You're going for Wake Forest too? Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from SUNY Poly. I just haven't had the pleasure, of seeing these guys play Rocket League just yet. So I mean, it's going to be a show nonetheless. Regardless, we have some good value here in the ECAC, regardless of who wins this matchup. Like I said, I think it's going to go all the way to that best of 7, that holy grail at game number 7 right there. So we're going to see if that's going to be true or not, Flater. But like I said beforehand, this Wake Forest team is nothing to sleep on, because I've seen them play some very, very tough opponents, and they have one of the harder roster, or the harder schedules here in the ECAC as well.
Absolutely, and we see the players joining in. 5 minutes on the clock. Game number 1. Whoops, let's get this started.
Yeah, game number 1, enough talking about it. Let's be about it. Let's see it as well. And of course, it's going to start off over on the blue half of the field. Wesh, over here on the SUNY Poly team, has an open net opportunity. This is not how we want to see Wake Forest start this one off. Only 9 ticks off the clock, and already SUNY Poly up by 1.
My man just made 1 flick to get it past all 3 players. Wake Forest is going against one man Not even getting one single touch on the ball there. Wake Forest starting off not in the best position. SUNY Poly already up by 1. Here goes Melon once again. Now with an opportunity to take possession, denied by Wesh as Ben P going up high with the dominance, and we don't usually see a dominance anymore. Whoops.
Yeah, I mean, there are very few dominances left inside RLCS in general, meaning so that a lot of players typically aren't using dominances. We see a lot of people switch over to the Fennec, like right here. Ethereus is going to go ahead and, using the Fennec. We have a lot of players that usually just use the Octane as well, but that dominance has a very, very unique hitbox. It's a flatter surface. A lot of players have some weird and powerful touches with that hitbox from the dominance. So keep our eyes out on a couple of these different cards, especially Ben P. Here comes Wesh over trying to find the infield pass. Ethereus, nice interception, takes that one away. This could be a chance right here to tie this one up for Wake Forest! And Maloney can't quite come up with a touch, but Wesh getting the touch on that one to keep that one out.
Oh, great dribble to get it past one. Demo's coming left, right, and center, and Melon coming out on top of this madness and chaos. First goal coming in from Wake Forest, and they have redeemed themselves.
Exactly, and this is the Wake Forest team I was talking about beforehand, the one that can't come back and pull off this upset against this very, very strong SUNY Poly team who's coming into this one, like I said before, with a record of 4-1. So I would say the favorites to win this matchup, but we talked about before how Wake Forest has had one of the tougher schedules here in the ECAC. They took it on some very, very tough opponents, and like I said before, I casted a couple of them before, so a couple of tough teams like Fanshawe, as this one's going to find its way through as well. Wesh is going to go ahead and put SUNY Poly up by 1 once again. But yeah, this Wake Forest roster, I had the privilege of casting that Fanshawe game. Actually, Wake Forest lost that one in the best of 7, 4-0, but it was a very, very tight matchup. I believe that each game, even though it only went to 4 games later, I think they only lost a majority of those ones by 1.
Absolutely, just unfortunate for Wake Forest so far here in this league, but once again, they make the comebacks possible. It's gonna be Malone against the touch from Wesh, who's looking for a bit of a back pass there. The player's just not ready for it, and Toucan cannot quite connect to the ball. We're all tied up once again with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in game 1.
Still lots of time left for either one of these teams to come back and kind of solidify, get this game rolling in their favor. But still looking for that ultimate separation. They're still trying to feel each other out here. And with 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes on the clock, there's still plenty of time for both teams to start playing a couple of mind games maybe. And this shot from Toucan from the right-hand side going to find its way through. A lapse in the defense right here from Wake Forest is going to result in a goal.
And it's just an unfortunate touch coming in from Melon there. He was trying for a back pass, and the exact same thing that we saw in the blue half comes to fruition here on the opposite side of the field with SUNY Poly. So far, there has been a pattern. They take one goal, Wake Forest come back with another. Can they make the pattern go away, or is it gonna be Wake Forest scoring for another one? It's Melon in possession, not for long though. As Toucan takes it up high, a lot of boost to work with. Here comes Wesh, a double touch opportunity picked up by Toucan, shot on target. The defense just not ready for the wrath of Toucan as they're now up by 2.
Yeah, I think they respected this double touch from Wesh. Maloney just there on the goal line, trying to deny that downward shot from the initial attack. And then I'm not sure if Wesh actually just couldn't find the angle or not, or if it was just a calculated whiff and Toucan was just there for the follow-up touch. Maloney just had no boost to work with to accelerate up to that ball, and he loses that exchange on the goal line. And this is what we were talking about before. Lots of time on the clock still for Wake Forest to come back in this matchup. It's been a lot of sloppy defense, and another goal for Wesh. That's going to be a hat trick as he scores his 3rd.
Thankless is just not ready to be the third man. Was looking for the boost, however the ball just ended up right in front of the orange net, and Wesh made no mistake in taking it to a 3-goal lead for SUNY Poly.
Yeah, unfortunate. Like I said, unfortunate start right here for Wake Forest, starting off a little bit flat. A lot of opportunities on the offensive end really haven't been going their way. Thankless, we have to board with them right now as they were kind of trying to sort things out. Looked like a little bit of AFK, maybe some communication, controller issues, whatever it may be. They are back in the game and in full stride. But we really haven't seen too many opportunities for Wake Forest. Yet on the offensive end, Toucan going to pick up his hat trick as well. 6-2 now in favor of SUNY Poly.
It seemed like a bit of a 2v3 there, not working out in their fair. Melon looking for the clear into the corner, however the touch not angled enough. A 4-goal lead here, Whoops, in game 1. SUNY Poly, they're really showing off.
Yeah, like I said beforehand, though, just Wake Forest squad, they just really haven't had too many opportunities on the offensive end. It's been all SUNY Poly. They've been controlling a majority of this game, and it's been off the back right here of Wes. Ethereus is going to save that one away. Respectable shot from Wes, and a bump and a demolition coming out as well. Ben P can't get the touch, but still going to roll in slowly. I think Ben P picks up his first goal of this game number 1.
And usually we see the physical plays coming in the later part of this game, and even now they do, just tilting Wake Forest even further, as it's now a 5-goal game here in game 1, and you can't let this you can't get this lead extended any further, because you got a lot more games to play, and going far 5 to 8 goals down here in game number 1, I'm not sure you'd want to do that.
I mean, especially this best-of-7 series. It's a long series. 7 games is pretty much the standard here for competitive Rocket League play, and you can't let this one kind of, the series I'm talking about, can't let it kind of get this game number 1 get in your head. You have to just kind of reapproach the game differently in that game number 2. Right now, get your bearings going. Maybe even let just SUNY Poly just tee off, as Ben P's going to score his second, looking for a hat trick himself now. But at the same time, SUNY Poly just absolutely dominating and taking full-on advantage of everything that Wake Forest's defense has given them.
The counter is just so quick to react, and whenever possession has been given away by Wake Forest, SUNY Poly always have come out on top, each and every player with some goals to their name. A total of 12 shots now, while Wake Forest University, they haven't had any time on offense.
Definitely need to get that offense established in game number 2, but looking like they might get something here. Toucan's going to keep that one away. Bounce it off the right-hand side as well. Nice overtake right here from Wesh, who pushes that one into the corner. Also steals that boost from Ethereus. Could have something going here for Wesh. Oh my goodness, what an overtake. Ben P gets himself a hat trick, and all 3 members now from SUNY Poly have 3 goals.
And would you look at that, Wesh going for a bit of a flip reset. Ben P said, you see the defense coming in. We can't wait any longer. Put the ball on target. And that is exactly what he has did, making it a 7-goal lead for SUNY Poly with still a minute left. Going into the next game, you got to break this momentum for SUNY Poly.
And this was such a closer game. I'm not too sure what happened with Wake Forest defense. Wesh going to score another one. 4 goals, 10-2, SUNY Poly. Off of the sidewall, thing of beauty right there, using that flip reset to extend that ball past the defense. Maloney being the only person back right there for Wake Forest, and I really feel like Maloney's been the sole defender for Wake Forest here for the most part. Essentially just being the last person back, and it's just been an unfortunate sequence of events right there for Wake Forest. Just a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of miscommunication, and just a lot of opportunities that SUNY Poly has just taken advantage of.
Absolutely. I don't even feel for 1 second that this team is mechanically not capable enough. I do see the mechanics showing off. It's just that the communication right now, and with a bit of a technical issues coming in from Tankless, things are just not working out in the offensive half.
19 seconds remaining. This game number 1. Wake Forest wants this one to end. SUNY Poly trying to extend the lead by maybe one more. Final 10 seconds are on the clock. Ethereus into the corner. Good 50-50. Wesh keeping this one low, maybe trying to walk away with his 5th goal. That one's going to be covered up by Maloney. Toucan still keeping this one alive. The hope and the dream to score the 11. And that's a good backflip right there instead of trying to attack that one and be aggressive. SUNY Poly, hang on, I should say, dominate in game number 1 and win this one 10-2.
In the first minute of this game, we saw Wake Forest actually putting on a really good show. But after that, SUNY Poly, as soon as they went up those 2 goals, it was a domination all the way through, securing goal after goal every 10-15 seconds. So Wake Forest going into the next one, I do want to see the exact same action as I saw from them in the first minute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the same here. I want to see that competitiveness that I saw in the first couple of minutes from Wake Forest. We talked about, at that 3-minute mark, basically, one of these 2 teams was going to start to pull away because they're still trying to figure each other out. We saw SUNY Poly just start to dominate. All 3 members, like we talked about beforehand, walking away with a hat trick here. Wesh adding one more onto that, walking away with 4 goals. And a lot of shots as well from SUNY Poly, and just countless amounts of pressure just being applied onto that Wake Forest defense. So unfortunate, like we talked about, unfortunate start and finish to this game for Wake Forest. But SUNY Poly, you have to be impressed with the sheer amount of offense that they just generated in the game number 1.
Absolutely. I mean, it just goes to show how much cohesion there was on the field for Sony Poly. Like we said, taking the first 2 minutes to analyze the kind of playstyle that you're going up against, and as soon as they figured it out, they brought in fire through the field.
100%. Right now we have a technical difficulty on the field. I think Wake Forest are having a couple of issues right now on their end, so they're trying to get their teammates reconnected. So we will be joining the match shortly. But still, like we talked about beforehand, SUNY Poly just a great start to this game number 1. Looks like all the issues are indeed sorted out between these two teams. So we're going to go ahead and get game number 2 underway. And Flater, I have to ask you, are we going to see that same Wake Forest team that we saw in the first 2 minutes, that stalemate of a team, or are we going to just see SUNY Poly just pull off this sweep here in game number 2 and essentially in the series?
I want to see the first minute. I mean, that's just me being optimistic. Sony Poly, the way that they have been playing so far in the last game, if they continue to do it, Wake Forest University have a challenge in front of them, and they got to do something about it. Do or do not. There's no try. They have to make sure that they play in the same way that they did in the very first minute of that game.
Yeah, they have to get this ball off of their side too in order to be successful. And for the most part, this is a good start for Wake Forest because game number 1 started off with 9 seconds, and we saw ourselves our first goal. This could be a chance right here. SUNY Poly couldn't quite find the angle to push that one through. Ethereus in the 1v1 situation against Wes. Wes wins that exchange. The 50-50 might find its way in. Doesn't quite come up with it, though. Rolls off to the right-hand side, and Maloney is going to go ahead and get it clear for that one.
Here's Wes sending it into the corner, but great intercept coming in from Ethereus. Tukin, a lot of boost to work with, looking for the 50, ends up faking him instead, but Ethereus will be taking possession, bumps the last man out, opportunity for Wake Forest to take the third goal, but where's the third man when you need him the most? No goals coming in for WFU.
Oh, there's a shot right there from Toucan, going to be saved away by Thankless. Close shot indeed, and I like those ones because it forces that defense back. It pushes them back towards their side and makes them respect a majority of the shots coming through as well. This is a pass off the backboard. Thankless trying to connect with Maloney here. Maloney has a plenty of boost for the double touch, just a little bit too high. Maybe the fake. Ethereus. Wake Forest going to score first. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
What Sony Poly did in game 1, here it is. WFU doing here in game 2. The fake, the whiff rather, coming in off the backboard from Malone. Just good enough for WFU to take that first goal.
Good heads-up play right there. The fake, the tactical fake coming through for Wake Forest as well. So you love to see it. Here comes Wesh. Can do it himself. Oh, the flip reset just being denied by Maloney coming off the back wall. I feel like you're going to have that backboard presence against this SUNY Poly team. If you don't, it's going to be an automatic goal, I should say, especially after what we've seen in game number 1. Toucan wins that 50-50. Ben P, soft touch with that dominance, and Wes, of course, going to go ahead and score this one on the goal line. Watch this one back. The 50-50. Ben P, if he doesn't get this touch right here in the corner or off the back wall, I don't think Wes finds the back of the net.
This goes to show how well individually mechanical these players are, absolutely being able to support each other, get those passes, get those goals going. However, half the game gone, a much calmer and exactly what we wanted here from game 2.
Exactly. This is more of a closer match that we were talking about between these two teams, what we were expecting to kind of see before everything kind of got chaotic in that first game. And maybe it was due to some of the issues that Wake Forest was complaining about. And maybe they addressed those issues as well heading into game number 2. But nonetheless, this is a much closer affair than what I think we expected to kind of see. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in game number 2. Ethereus is going to get beat by West off the back wall. We go! Ben P! Right place, right time. He has himself another goal.
Look at that, one whiff, all it takes for Sony Poly to take advantage of this 3-man passing play, get that second goal going in their favor. So Wake Forest University, you cannot let that one goal decide what's going to happen for the rest of this game. You got to make the comeback. Can't let the pressure get to you.
Still lots of time left on the clock. Wes has the flip, still going to go ahead and push it through. Of course you are. Had plenty of boost as well. Why not? Wes has just been a mechanical nuisance for the defense here of Wake Forest. If not extending the play, getting some of these individual solo plays against them, and pretty much looking like free play out here as well, Flater.
And it looks like we're seeing a repeat of what happened last game. If they can get this goal, though, it might have been something different. But here comes SUNY Poly once again on possession, sending it to West. Tukin, third man, there to make a play, but Therius should be having this ball to himself for the clear. Thankless going up high, sending it over to the backboard. Do they have this pass play going? No, they don't. Tukan, got a boost to work with. 50/1, sending it over to Wesh. An opportunity for another offense here as Wesh goes off the wall. Flip reset. One to flip into the ball, but doesn't make contact, and Thankless should be able to make a save here. But we see the awkwardness coming in on defense, and every single time it comes in, SUNY Poly take advantage.
Exactly. It's just like a little bit of hesitation mixed with just uncertainty, I would say. And that comes up to, in my personal opinion, just a little bit of communication issues off the defense of Wake Forest. Another missed opportunity right there on the offensive end for SUNY Poly. You saw the breakaway offensive segment that they were trying to score with right there. West still might have it. Good touch right there from Maloney off the back wall. Going to keep that one away. Final 60 seconds on the clock. Wake Forest are down by 2.
Oh, Ben P looking for the most insane angle for a double touch there. Could not find it, not just yet. It's going to be Malone going up high off the sidewall. Looking for a pass down center for West. There for the intercept. Flick over the last man. Did not come through. 40 seconds left here. SUNY Poly are still looking to apply more and more pressure off the backboard. A double touch, but they make it work. They are still under 2 goals. Can they make this comeback?
30 seconds off the sidewall. Maloney couldn't quite come up with it. Thankless was trying to find his mark. You start to see the demolitions coming out for Wake Forest here in a desperation attempt to start to come back, get the defense off the field. Maybe he'll open something up with the offense. Here comes Thankless now. Pops this one backwards. Ethereus off the sidewall. Lots of boost to work with. Good challenge right here from West at midfield. Extends this long clear. Toucan with the overtake as well. Popped over into the orange corner. Only 0 seconds left on the clock now. I was going to say it's not going to be enough time at all for the comeback for a 2-goal deficit. SUNY Poly going to take game number 2 in a 3-1 fashion. Absolutely ridiculous performance once again from SUNY Poly, but at the same time, still a better performance from Wake Forest. I can foresee them taking a game away here. They're starting to play a lot more competitive. They seem to kind of work out some of the defensive mishaps that they're having and be more confident with some of these challenges and saves. And essentially, I think that Wake Forest can take a game number 3 here, or maybe even just a game in general here.
And judging by the current pattern, that does seem to be the case. However, they gotta keep improving. They can't go back to their roots, and it's very difficult in a best-of-7 series to keep the same mindset. When you see a team like SUNY Poly absolutely dominate through, you look at the scoreboard, you start to lose hope. And I want that Wake Forest does not follow that. Get that improvement, get that one game, and that is what they need if they want to start this comeback here in this best-of-7.
Yeah, not only that, but they need to have an offensive chance as well. Only 2 shots registered in that game number 2. That's not enough offense at all for SUNY Poly to A, respect, and B, put you in a favorable position to win unless you play some solid defense. And we all seen just the sheer amount of panic so far that Wake Forest has had on the goal line. So let's go ahead and hop into game number 3 and see if Wake Forest can start to, figure things out here on the defensive end, or is SUNY Poly going to pull away once again?
We shall find out soon enough. 5 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Tukin, I believe it's a bit of a car switch there. I don't remember what the car is, but I absolutely appreciate the memes here. Here comes Ben P in the dominance, looking for a pass down center. And look at the amount of power that man was able to get onto that ball. And no goal, though, as Wake Forest University still managed to get this out of their way. Ethereus needs that save, and he does. Tukin, opportunity for a pass. Picked up by Wesh, but Ethereus manages to make it work. Now, we have Wake Forest on offense. Can they do something? Not yet. Maloney, no touch for him. It's going to be SUNY Poly now on the offense.
Yeah, right now this is a good stance for the Wake Forest defense. You see the 1v1 challenges. That's working out in their favor for the most part. They're getting the defense, or the offense, my apology, of SUNY Poly to back up towards that midfield line. So we're starting to see that back and forth momentum shift kind of go. But at the same time, SUNY Poly just, attack that one and start to push it right back towards the goal line of Wake Forest. A little bit of a double commitment right there from Wake Forest. So something that we kind of don't want to see. We saw Ethereus and Thankless both attempt to get clear on one of those balls there on defense. But for the most part, it worked out in their favor, and still a scoreless game.
Oh, there's a whiff from Maloney, and we've all seen what SUNY Poly does to deal with whiffs. No goal yet, though. So, Wake Forest University still managing to keep this within arm's reach. All tied up. Ethereus could take the lead here, but the defense just a little too quick. Toucan, opportunity to be the last man, which he does. Ben P shot on target, a little too wide, but Toucan's touch could have been devastating for Wake Forest's defense.
That was a close attempt right there, SUNY Poly. I'm surprised that one didn't result in a goal, especially for how long it lingered on that goal line. So fortunately for Wake Forest, they're still in this game, and it's still 0-0 as well. This has been the longest it's between these two teams so far in this series that they haven't scored a goal. Just under the 3-minute mark to go between Wake Forest and SUNY Poly. Here comes Ben P. Pops that one off the back wall. Toucan trying to set somebody up for that second touch, who a little bit of mess up right there in the rotation back through. Toucan accidentally hits Wesh, and Wesh, not really much to do with that ball. They're trying to maybe sneak something through on the defensive side. Here comes Thankless now. Should be a routine save. Going to be interesting where he pushes this one. Let's push it right back towards the center, so that was a dangerous situation right there, but Toucan misplays it.
That he does, and we see a lot more mistakes coming out from SUNY Poly. They have been cautious as well. Cannot let Wake Forest University run away with a lot of the possession plays. As Ethereus has been a powerhouse on defense, sending us into the offense now. Ben P getting that first touch, but Toucan there to make a play, flicks over the last man, giving his team a lot of time to recover and set an offensive attack here. And there it is, the whiff coming in on offense. Does it come back to bite them?
Oh my
gosh.
It
almost does, as Maloney off a pinch gets this out of their own half.
Such a close call right there for Wake Forest defense. All three members kind of had to get that one out, keep it out. But still, like I said beforehand, it does work out for them. It's still 0-0, but the panic has to be setting in just a little bit for Wake Forest. It looks like SUNY Poly is just kind of, cool, calm, concise, kind of methodical with their touches and their movements. Just waiting for something to kind of open up here for Wake Forest, and why not? It's been working out for you before in the past, I might as well try it out now. Good attempt right there on the flick from West. Does get a demolition onto somebody from Wake Forest as well. Doesn't quite open up the door, though. Here comes a corner touch from Ethereus. West at midfield. Maloney has a little bit to boost to work with. Does go ahead and go for the 50-50 attempt. Another person to race off the field. That's Maloney, courtesy of Toucan. Here comes Ben P now, erasing Maloney again off the field, off the respawn. So these demolitions, they're trying to set something up, maybe set a little bit of panic as well onto the Wake Forest defense and force them to make a mistake.
Absolutely, these demolitions can be devastating for this defense, as the boost management is not looking at its finest. Thankless Odin, however, does have something to work with. Sends it over to Ethereus, who puts a shot towards the top right corner. Vesh needs to make a save here, which he does, but the second touch almost come through, and I have to say, Wesh, what a commendable try there to get that second save.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how much boost Wesh had to work with, but he definitely got the first one out. It looks like he had plenty of boost in the replay to kind of keep both of those shot attempts out. He just could not catch up to the speed of that shot attempt. The Wake Forest are up late, 1-0, maybe looking for 2-0. That could have been the dagger right there from Maloney. Still could have a chance here. Double commitment from SUNY Poly. Maloney has to turn on this one and start the challenge early. Does do just that, wins the 50-50 exchange. Wesh picks up that back boost, going to be crucial right here for this drive. Nice infield pass to Toucan. Toucan with the shot! There goes the tie! 16 seconds left here in game number 3. Looking at potential overtime now.
And the only reason why that was not saved because of the amazing speed on the ball there. Thankless in the right position, however, just not ready for that pinball of a shot towards the target. 1-1 now with only 15 seconds left. Like you said, Whoops, this could go any way, but we are hoping that Wake Forest University, adapting to the playstyle, gets this one. Toucan, however, might have something else in mind, looking for a low 50-50. Doesn't find it. Wesh off the backboard. Now, a lot of boost to work with. He's trying to play with this ball here, looking for a touchdown center, but it seems like no goals are going to come anymore in regulation if we head into overtime.
Yeah, this overtime is much needed as well. Maybe even just for Wake Forest as a confidence booster to say that they can compete. And like we said before, I talked about how good this Wake Forest team was. It's just been such a tough schedule for them so far. That's why they're coming into this matchup being 2-3. But at the same time, like I said, they've lost a lot of their games by 1 goal. They start to heat up a little bit late. Here comes a shot from Ethereus. Gonna go ahead and take a game away here from SUNY Poly in OT. Only 25 ticks on the clock.
Exactly what you'd want to see. Bottom left corner shot. Wesh nowhere near to get a piece of that one. And Wake Forest University finally make this comeback. They went from 2-9 to this 3-1 game. No, rather 2-1 game here in overtime. And that is a commendable performance coming in from Wake Forest.
Exactly. A lot more shots, a lot better, crisp defense being played right there for Wake Forest. And if Wake Forest wants to see the potential of this team, they need to save this replay right here and go back and see what they did and apply this to the rest of the season. I guarantee they're going to start to see some success because that was a heck of a matchup. They played some pretty crisp defense, walking away with 6 saves and a couple of respectable shots as well. That had to be that pushed back SUNY Poly's defense and offense just enough to kind of sneak a couple of their goals in, and they kept it. They caught them off guard. Ultimately, is what happened. So, GG's to SUNY Poly. Wake Forest take game number 3, but SUNY Poly still has the advantage, being up in the series 2-1.
2-1, and this next game will decide, will Wake Forest University, will they keep up with the kind of performance that they have been showing us here in game 1, or is it going to be SUNY Poly again with that dominating performance?
I mean, they still had a dominating performance, in my personal opinion. They had 10 shots. 10 shots towards the net. They just didn't walk away with as many opportunities, I feel like, because Wake Forest just played some really, really phenomenal defense. So, I mean, there's a ton of opportunities there for SUNY Poly. They just didn't have, the defensive mishaps that Wake Forest essentially had going into that matchup. And they played some really good defense, like I said before. So, ultimately, it's up to Wake Forest if they want to win, lose, or draw, essentially, because basically, if they play some good defense, you see what they're capable of. If they're really, really lax on the defensive end, this is what happens. SUNY Poly are going to take full-on advantage of it and score within the first 5 seconds.
Great flip reset as well to get that ball to the top left corner. Yes, Maloney just could not get that touch. Not ready for that banger of a shot coming in from Ben P. 5 seconds in, like you said, SUNY Poly have started off strong.
Definitely not how you want to start off, like we talked about before for Wake Forest. You don't want to be down early against SUNY Poly. It just adds to their confidence levels, kind of makes them more aggressive as well. You're starting to see a lot more push-ups right here for SUNY Poly. Toucan changes the cars once again. I think he's rocking the Dominus now. Started off with the Octane in game number 1. Game number 2, I think still used the Octane. Game 3, switched over to the Ford F-150. Now he's rocking the Dominus, so a little bit of car issues right now coming out for Toucan. Can't quite figure out what he wants to use. And Flater, I mean, each car just feels different. Sometimes one feels slow, sometimes one feels fast, but the majority of the time, like they all have a different hitbox and they do different things. So I mean, it's kind of interesting to see the tactic right here for Toucan.
He's just vibing with each and every ball, each and every car he finds. Is going for whatever plays that he makes, that he sees is the most comfortable for him. And it seems like up until now, everything has been working out for him. But that's an opportunity for Ben P to go for a shot. Thankless. Like you said, what a save indeed. Ethereus now on the offense, sending straight over to the blue net. Wesh, no difficulty in clearing that one out. As Toucan needs to make a play here. A bit awkward there on defense. Ben P comes in to save the day. Thankless Odin. 30 boost to his name. Can't do much with it as Wesh. Maloney just forces the ball into the blue net. Doesn't care how many people he has to ram through. Gets that first goal for Wake Forest University.
What a great 50-50 challenge right here from Maloney. And it was a 1v3 situation as well that led to this goal for Wake Forest. So huge opportunity for Maloney. On top of that, just a great goal in general to tie up the ball game. Here comes Ethereus now off the backboard. Couldn't quite get the touch. He did take a lot of it off. Waited for that ball essentially in the air and just couldn't wait any longer. He had to make a decision with it, and it just did not work out in his favor. So Wake Forest with a missed opportunity on the offensive end. Now they have to scramble to play some defense. Thankless, the last person back. Good touch right here, but methodical touch once again from Wesh. This might lead to something. Good defense from Ben P, though, on the rotation back in a 2v1 situation.
Here's Wesh. A lot of boost to work with, however, doesn't know, just gets it past one. Toucan. Possession play, sends it right back into the orange half. Thankless Odin, that's not a really good shot. Wesh could have shot it straight, but it's going to be Ben P closing out that play, taking the lead in favor of SUNY Poly. A 3-man passing play overall, working out in favor of the blue half. And like we said, the defense, if they're lax in their performance, they're not going to be making these saves.
Exactly, that defense right there from Wake Forest, just a scramble back, and it was just a sloppy performance right there because of the fact that they just left so many gaps and opportunities for SUNY Poly just to take advantage of. And Thankless, you know, pretty much on the right side wall, just trying to come up with something. Here comes Thankless and Maloney on the same side of the ball. Both of them doing a good job communicating there, not to rush the same corner. Ben P floats that one towards the middle. Therius couldn't quite come up with it. This is a whiff right here. Ben P could have something, trying to maybe get the 50-50 work out in his favor. He didn't really have any boost to kind of turn that into an offensive pass, or just trying to kind of play the 50-50 game. Look at the shot right here from Thankless. Oh my goodness, the sniper shot. Gonna tie the ball game right back up.
And it's an absolute banger towards the blue net. The third man nowhere close near the goal to even have an opportunity to save that one, because Wake Forest University have just tied this all up with only 2 minutes remaining here. A much closer game, and like we said last time, SUNY Poly had 10 shots. Even now they have 5, but each and every single one of these, they haven't been as threatening as what we saw there in game 1.
Not as threatening, but still have to be respected by the defenses. You know, a lot of these shots forces the defenders back, and on top of that, it just kind of starts the chain of events that kind of happens. Good save right here on the goal line from Ethereus. Ben P, I thought, really had that one, but Ethereus just guessing right. Pretty much like one of those penalty kicks in soccer or football, wherever you're from, and the mishap on defense. Once again, the bump coming from his own teammate right here from Wake Forest. Watch Maloney as he's trying to advance this one upfield. Maloney, and I think Ethereus kind of got tangled up there. Thankless was going back for boost and just left the net wide open. And if you do that, I'm telling you right now, SUNY Poly take advantage of it every single time.
Every single time. No better way to put it. SUNY Poly now once again in the lead. Thankless Odin wants to change that, but you gotta keep possession of that ball even when you're in the air. Nothing so far going in favor of Wake Forest University, as they're now in their own half. Maloney looking to change that. Pass down center. Thankless Odin, is he ready for it? Goes for a bit of a lob shot. Doesn't go anywhere as he can't keep possession. Not for longer. Benpi gets it past one. The 50 over the second gives his teammates so much time to take it all away, but that is one awkward touch. Maloney, can he get to it? No, he can't. Ben P uses that last amount of boost to send it all the way towards Wesh, who looks for a shot down center. Not coming through, but that one goal lead is still very much intact, and they're looking to make it two here as Toucan takes it off the sidewall. One too many touches to send it down center, but a little too slow. Wesh, however, still comes out on top. Corner to corner. They have been going from one corner to the other. No shot on target yet.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're just taking full-on advantage of this defense right now, and they're literally just stalling time off the clock. So precious seconds being taken away. Oh, that one almost found its way through. Wesh, lower 90 shot denied by the crossbar. The fourth defender back right there for Wake Forest. Final 15 seconds are on the clock. Let's see if they can get some sort of offensive segment. Toucan trying to go ahead and pre-jump that defender, and the defender won that one in this segment. Here comes a nice little slow touch from Thankless. Didn't really have any boost to kind of come up with. It's looking like SUNY Poly is indeed going to hang on, but there's all 0 seconds left on the clock. Toucan up in the air once again, trying to push this one through. Flip reset coming through as well. Maloney keeps it up in the air. Wesh off the back wall. Ben P trying to go for a touch as well. Still giving this Wake Forest defense a chance, and finally this one hits down into the corner. SUNY Poly hang on by that one goal. And more importantly, Flater, they're on match point.
One game away from taking it all.
Yeah, match point. I mean, that's what that means. But yeah, I mean, just a great game right there. Game number 4 was definitely a lot more closer and a lot more competitive. It just came down to, like we said beforehand, before that game even started, Wake Forest's defense and the defensive mishaps that came through. They still walked away with about 5 saves off of only about 10 shot attempts from SUNY Poly, but at the same time, the goals that mattered were just some sloppy rotations and some weird placements from their defense.
And I said this in game as well. Game number 1, they had 10 shots, but all 10 of those shots extremely threatening. Wake Forest University did not have the time to get back in a defense because of those rotational errors. And now we see the same amount of shots, but each of them a little less threatening. So Wake Forest University should realize that they have been putting quantity instead of quality. So they have plenty of opportunities to go for this counter.
Yeah, they have to just be smart about some of these clears. We talked about it. It was weird placement where they were pushing some of these balls, and SUNY Poly are like sharks, essentially, and they're going to take full-on advantage of a injured seal in the water. You know, they're going to go ahead and just let you make a mistake and then capitalize on that mistake. And I really feel like we haven't really seen a true test for SUNY Poly's offense nor their defense. I really want to see SUNY Poly against some really, really smart competitive teams as well. And then we're going to see how really, really good that they really are. But Wake Forest right now, for as little respect, in my opinion, as SUNY Poly has given them, they sure are keeping these the last couple of games pretty close.
And hopefully they can make it even further here. Wake Forest University got to take this one. No more wins going in favor of SUNY Poly if they want this best of 7 to go all the way. However, it seems like SUNY Poly, they have something else planned. And look at that shot by Wesh. All the way from his own half, comes in flying, sends it to the backboard, and one good touch is all it takes to get past the 2 defenders.
That's just insane. That shot right there from Wesh is just insane because he knew that it was going to hit off the left side. He knew he had to have the follow-up touch, and that was going to beat the defense right there of Wake Forest. So, I mean, just a heads up, just the awareness from Wesh right there, from SUNY Poly. He's just been pretty much the person to talk about from the SUNY Poly team. Nothing taken away from Ben Peden or Toucan whatsoever. But, I mean, Wesh, in my personal opinion, has just been the standalone person to kind of watch on this team. He's been doing it on offense, he's been doing it on defense, and just his sheer mechanics alone has kept SUNY Poly ahead of Wake Forest.
Absolutely, but like you said, no credit taken away from the rest of these 2 players. Toucan and Ben P have been the enabler. Whoever wants to be on offense, the rest too have been there for him. And it seems like every single time they go up, they definitely end up with a lot more possession plays. Here comes Toucan once again looking for a flip reset plays. Diamos Maloney, so that gives some time for Wesh to set up another counter attack. Gets it past Thankless. Maloney, however, spawns the right position, right time over to Thankless. Can he get the second touch? No, he can't. Toucan sends it down center. Wesh shooting it all the way into the orange corner, where we see Toucan putting it down center. But look at that great save coming in from Odin over to Maloney. Over to Therius now. Opportunity, but Toucan makes the save.
I do love the aggressive attack right there from Wake Forest, pretty much sending everybody towards that net. And then on top of that, getting some demolitions, trying to clear some of those defenders from SUNY Poly off of the goal line. But not only that, the third thing people can talk about with demolitions is the smoke screen that it puts. And that was perfectly placed right in front of the goal. But still, SUNY Poly's defense stand tall and still keep them in this game. And in the lead, more importantly, 1-0. But 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this potential last game between these 2 teams. What a shot right here from Ben P coming off the sidewall. Going to take full-on advantage of that defensive rotation from Wake Forest.
And as the timer counts down, it seems like Wake Forest University, the game seems to be slipping away ever so slowly. They still need 2 goals to equalize the scoreline. However, SUNY Poly, they have been the ones in possession. They have been the ones defining the pace of this game. So if Wake Forest University, they want to make a comeback, it all starts with applying pressure. And that's one way to start it off. Maloney looking for the shot. Thankless, a whiff, giving Toucan the opportunity for the free net. And there is nothing you can do as Maloney. No matter how fast you are, it's not easy to make a save from a flick like that.
No, and especially Toucan, just the way he gathers this ball on top of that Dominus, it's so crucial, because if that was an Octane, it might have bounced off awkwardly and maybe even, went towards the net. But because the Octane hitbox is so flat, it just rests on top of the Octane, which sets up that flip, or my apologies, that flick, not the flip. It sets up that flick perfectly, and yeah, it just catches the defense of Wake Forest just off guard. But on top of that, one thing I noticed, I think it was last game or the game before that, I noticed that Wake Forest is trying to play above their skill set, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Toucan's to the score of this one. SUNY Poly going to go ahead and go up 4-0, but on the rotation back before this goal right here, Thankless was actually in the air trying to fly and trying to predict where that ball was going to land, wasting a ton of resources from the defense of Wake Forest there and put them in a compromising position, essentially. So, I mean, I noticed that Wake Forest are trying to match the pace and mechanics of SUNY Poly, but it's just they need to play their game rather than trying to play up to somebody else's game.
Absolutely, that is one of the crucial things here in the highest level of competitive Rocket League that everybody seems to just look over. You gotta make sure that instead of trying to pace up to the enemy, you make sure you should be the one to define the pace and play, like you said, your own game. So far, however, Wake Forest University haven't been able to find the opportunity. This, however, might just be the start that they needed. As the theory is quick turn to get that first goal.
Yeah, good shot right here from Ethereus, just beating Ben P on the rotation back through. It's exactly what's needed right there from Wake Forest to kind of get things going, but it's do or die time right now, Flater. It's a minute and 23 seconds left. They're still down by 3. It's doable with a minute and 23 left, but at the same time, there has to be some sort of pace in your play, like this shot right here from Maloney, but there has to be a better and more respectable shot. Good challenge off the sidewall, Thankless. Onto Wesh. We haven't seen too many of those tonight. Toucan. Good challenge, or good way to keep this one out. Wesh, awkward position, still keeps this one out, reversing with his Octane. Maloney, lots of chances right here, lots of options. Ethereus with a flick off the back wall. The follow-up touch from Maloney is going to be too wide as well. That was a huge missed opportunity, but more importantly, seconds being taken off of the clock for Wake Forest to mount this comeback.
Yeah, it seems like it's a fever dream now, because here there's Wesh doesn't even want to secure that goal. They're so confident in their ability to keep this game to themselves. Wake Forest University not finding the opportunities that they needed here in this game. But, well, they did go for a lot of shots though. We see 8 shots coming in from Wake Forest.
Ethereus, 25 seconds now. Thankless trying to have that redirect, couldn't quite find the touch. Maloney into the corner, Thankless into the corner as well. Toucan saves this one away. I believe that one is going to be the nail in the coffin. This offensive drive right here from Wake Forest going to be stalled out from SUNY Poly. Over the net now, off the back wall. Toucan going to put a shot. Ethereus going to go ahead and save that one away at the last second. SUNY Poly are indeed going to hang on to this commanding lead and win this final game right here, game number 5, in a 4-1 fashion. GG's to both sides coming through. Wake Forest, like I said beforehand, they're that team to watch, man. They have so many opportunities to kind of win some of these games here, Flater, but at the same time, you see what's holding them back as well. A little bit of defensive mishaps and a lot of just like respectable shots on the offensive end. SUNY Poly, ultimately, though, just win this one with relative ease, in my personal opinion, and just had so much offense to give.
I'm not sure if you noticed that in the last game, Wake Forest had just as many shots as SUNY Poly have had in the last few games. However, it did not matter.
No.
Like we said, they were trying to match the pace of the game that SUNY Poly did, and it did not work out in their favor. It did not work out for SUNY Poly. It did not work out for Wake Forest, and that is case in point. You would not want to match the pace. You'd want to make your own pace.
Exactly, and like I said before, they just kind of played out of their element, not to their strengths, but to their weaknesses, essentially. SUNY Poly were definitely more mechanical than they were, and basically, they were just trying to match that, but at the same time, they just could not keep up with that mechanical giftedness, I would say, that Wesh kind of has here on SUNY Poly. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have an interview with somebody from SUNY Poly. I'm not quite too sure who it's going to be just yet. But don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Round. Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer. Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking with us through that break. This is the ECAC, and this is week number 6. You guys just witnessed SUNY Poly winning over Wake Forest in a 4-1 fashion. And with us, we're going to have Toucan from SUNY Poly joining us in the booth for the interview. We appreciate you being here, Toucan. Congratulations on your guys' victory. I have the most important question, I feel like. Why all of the car changes? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to be honest. We've had like a really tough last 2 matches. We've lost them both. And this was our match to kind of bounce back, have some fun with it. And I typically only use an Octane, so I was just messing around when I put on the F-150 and the Dominus. I put on the Dominus to make fun of Ben, because Ben uses it. And
I figured you were trolling. I figured it was like a little shout out towards Ben, you know what I mean? But it worked out in your favor. You got yourself a goal with a nice little flick, you know, towards the tail end of that game number 5. So it works out in your favor.
Oh, yeah.
And I got another question for you. What exactly was the strategy for the entire time in the offense? I mean, I saw you guys going for the clips there in game 2, and thus, I believe, the loss there in overtime. A bit of a throw, as you called it here in the pre-production area. But how exactly did you deal with the offense for the rest of the games?
I'm gonna be honest. Before we started playing the series, I said, "All right, guys, we're gonna go for clips the entire time. If you guys get a setup, you guys are taking it in the air and you're doing something with it." And we hit a few, got a few resets, double tap, you know. But we just wanted to have fun with this one.
The sheer
So-
amount of just disrespect that's just
Yeah. No, they were a good
Just-
team, but we didn't do any rotations or anything. Like we played like idiots, but sometimes that works.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes just monkeying around and it works out in your favor, and it keeps the defense kind of guessing as well. And it looks like that's exactly what happened in this series. Wake Forest was just in shambles for a majority of the time on defense, and you guys was having constant pressure just towards their back end. So, like I said before, it just works out. But I have another question for you as well. So how many times do you guys just kind of practice, and what do you guys kind of do to prep for your guys' week? Because I mean, it just looked like you guys were in free play the whole entire time. I mean, no disrespect to Wake Forest by any means, 'cause I think they were a solid team. And like I said before the cast even started, I was like, they're one of those teams where if they get some of the things that worked out in their favor, they can take a series away from a good team like you guys.
Mm-hmm. So typically to practice, we do scrims through Gangster. For all the teams that look for scrims, I would recommend using that platform. I used to use the 6-mans looking for scrims, but that's kind of died down. So if you do want to look for scrims that are at your level, I would recommend using Gangster. We also we play a lot of threes together, and we do a lot of playing separately, just because it's important to play on your own, just so you don't get burnt out. So we just do that.
Cool.
I got one last question. Sorry, Whoops, you want to say something?
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say it works out because I mean you guys were all rocking like the GC titles and stuff like that. That's all I was gonna say.
That was a meme. We have SSL titles, but we were like the season 7 GC title. I feel like whenever I see that in ranked, I just laugh. I'm like, it's one of these kids. So that's why we left.
I can't even with you guys. I can't take you guys serious anymore. I'm just.
Yeah, no, we left 2 or
memes.
3 times just so we could put on the GC tags and match, but that was just a funny thing that we did. Go ahead, Flater. I know you had a question.
Well, I got one more question based off of that. How exactly do you guys want to pursue your future here in esports? What ECAC rather?
Well, in ECAC, we're obviously going to play for the chip. There's a few good teams. Prior to ECAC last semester, we played in NACE Star League, which has top level competition, and some of those teams actually play here in ECAC. So we're looking to compete against them. But moving on to next semester, we're looking to play in CRL even, just because Ben P's graduating, so we're gonna have an incoming either transfer. We're gonna have to pick someone else up, but
cool.
It's gonna be the goal.
What kind of jersey are you rocking there? I want to see that jersey real quick.
Oh, this here. Actually, I got another jersey too. This would be my school's esports jersey.
Oh, cool.
It's the back.
Nice. Does that say Mountain Dew Cherry on there?
Mountain Dew Energy, one of our sponsors.
Oh, okay. I thought it said Mountain Dew Cherry. That's the best flavor anyway.
We got ECAC on the sleeve.
Nice.
This is my mountain biking jersey because I do mountain biking on my campus. I'm actually the VP of the club. But
nice, dude.
It's a nice little fun jersey.
Well, I tell you what. Next time you're on the stream, next time you get interviewed, fix your bed. Okay, that's a little bit sloppy back there. Mom's gonna be very disappointed in you. Okay, I'm gonna call you out. You're on the stream. We're calling you out for it. Okay, we're bringing out the takeout behind you too. Okay, and we're not gonna question why the lotion's next to your bed either. But any shout outs, Toucan? Any shout outs, buddy? Anything you want to say?
Shout out to my boys, Ben P and Wesh. They're both great. Also, all you guys that love Heatseeker out there, I know it's kind of like one of those slept on game modes. Join the Heatseeker Heaven Discord, we're looking to grind and make that an actual extra modes, full-time LTM, or full-time mode, not LTM. That kind of contradicts it, but make sure to join that Discord. A lot of cool guys in there. And also the ECAC, great production, best production I've ever been a part of, so we love that.
Thank you very much. We love to hear it. And once again, congratulations on your guys' win today. And best of luck with you guys in the future as well, man. So, solid team. I have no worries for you guys, but stop the memes, dude. Stop the memes. We love it.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it here for us in the booth. Me and Flater have had some fun out here. We appreciate it. We love it. Like you said beforehand, pushing the buttons in the background. The best production here is Hero. Appreciate you so much for pushing the buttons here on the ECAC. Flater, any final thoughts?
It was an amazing series, and getting to know the player personally just makes it so much better. Like, we had SSL titles. So like, yeah, all right, dude, okay.
I mean, exactly. It's just for all the memes at this point in time, and we love it. You know, Toucan was awesome. Thank you very much for joining us. But yeah, shout outs, man. Thank you guys very, very much to you, the fans, for supporting all these teams out here, and especially for supporting the ECAC. You guys can find me at Whoopshoe Gaming on Twitter, or if you guys want to see me stream, it's just Whoopshoe on Twitch. So we appreciate you guys being with us for our Rocket League portion of the show, and we'll hope to see you guys in the future. Peace.
Boy, this gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.